Hello and welcome. Today we're going to discuss a very simple topic on how to know if you are ready to be a spiritual mentor or a spiritual teacher. Have you ever wondered if you are ready to teach others, or you would love to teach others but you're not sure if you are ready? Meaning, if you have enough wisdom, if you have enough courage, if you have enough consciousness in you with which you can help other people. If that is you, then ask yourself this question: is this something you are truly interested in doing? Would you love to help others? Would you love to teach others? And if you say, yes, my heart is so full, I have so much to give, I would love to. I have the time, I have the interest, I have the stamina, I have the energy, I would love to. But I just simply don't know where to start. Then, stepping back and say, right now, where I am at, what can I do to express this love? Give you an example. Let's say you are in your room and you are in the middle of the night and you're thinking about what you would love to do, how you would love to become a spiritual mentor or a teacher, but nobody knows about you. You might not have any social media channels where you can express this, but the thought comes to you and say, so and so have asked me for advice and they've been so grateful because I helped them, so I know I am good at it. And I loved that I could give an advice. Or I prayed for so and so then expressed joy and peace. And I was so happy that they expressing joy and peace. I don't know if it's a direct result of my prayer, but I am enjoying that they are happy. These little events will give you clues of what you can do with or without direct contact to others, and how you can be a spiritual mentor despite that you might not have directly impacted someone. But this indirect impact, like praying for someone, could change the course of their life. You say, what's the evidence for that? What's the evidence that I have prayed for someone and that person is happy now? You have no evidence as such, but the evidence is that you are happy and they are happy. And that happiness brings you further joy. So, what you need to do is find in that moment ways where you can express this beautiful consciousness which is bursting to blossom in you in that moment. And if you are in the bed at night time where you cannot talk to anyone and call anyone, then choose an activity which will help you. And these are the activities, for instance, you can choose. You can imagine that you are radiating a beautiful light to everyone. You can even imagine that you are teaching someone. Yes, you can play it out in your head, in your mind. Or you can write a beautiful email to someone as something of a blessing, meaning that you are grateful for someone. You make a list of people you are grateful for, or you might be just grateful for an event. You can send them a message to say how grateful you are for them being them. Or you can just write something in your own journal, or get up out of bed, because you might be just tossing and turning, and you go to your coffee, tea area, and you might make a nice drink for yourself. And as you're making the drink, you're imagining that you are making this drink for others who you would love to bless. You might not know who these people are, but in your imagination, you invite millions of people many, many people to come and enjoy this drink with you. Imagine if you making it for them. In a way, what I am saying here is that you can already start expressing inside of yourself the love for other people. Yes, because when you're mentoring others, you are expressing love for others, and you can nurture this love within you. You can nurture how you can express love, and this nurturing of how you can express love to others, even if it happens in your imagination, it is a useful tool. In other situations, you might find yourself that you can physically make contact with other people and physically ask them, how are you today? And you just present, listen, and ask further questions. Don't just let go, how are you? I'm fine, bye. But say, and how was that party you went on? How was that conversation? How was that dinner? And just add a little bit to the conversation and try to see if there is more room for that other person to be themselves, to express themselves, and for you to listen. Yes, listening is a big part of mentoring other people. One of the key elements of a spiritual teacher, of a mentor, of a guide is that this person can listen, and not just listen on the surface, but have depth, a inner peaceful presence where they themselves anchored in and they listen from there. Try to develop the skill of listening. Following point is that do you see obstacles front of you? Or do you see the obstacle remover? Because if you see life is the main power in our life, that life energy which makes us, that life energy which knows how to use you in the best way, how to implement your skills and abilities in this world, that it is a blessing to others. If you know that life is in charge and the how is up to life, then spend your time cultivating this. Don't spend your time thinking, but I don't have enough people coming to me for teaching, I don't get enough income, whatever else might be. Maybe you would love to have a retreat and it's a retreat facility is not going to happen if you don't have enough income, and all these things is going through your head, and suddenly this getting there is just so overwhelming that you don't know how you're gonna make it. Instead of getting lost in the lack, find out how life will guide you now. What creative ideas life has given you now, and doesn't matter how simple it looks, do not dismiss it. Because if you dismiss the little, you will also dismiss the large. And the little blessing comes to you, and always, always, always little blessing comes in the present moment. Don't dismiss it. Pick it up. See how creative you can be with it. Use it. And bit by bit by bit, the large blessing eventually will come to you, and doors will eventually be open, and you will find out where you truly meant to go. What is your true purpose? How you were used by life to be a blessing. Now, last but not least, ask yourself this. If I would be a spiritual teacher now, what would my life be? Would I be able to fulfill my responsibilities apart from this role? Or this role would consume majority of my time and all these other responsibilities I need to take care of would not be fulfilled. Give you an example. Let's say you are a parent to young children and you have a large longing, years of desire to be a mentor or a spiritual teacher or maybe a healer. But you know full well that if you get this role, get this responsibility, then your role as a parent will not be fully fulfilled, and your dependents will be suffering as a result of it. Then ask yourself, is this the right time for me now? Most likely it isn't. So don't wish for it. Don't ask for it. Because if you get it, then it might be too big of a responsibility for you to handle. And the most important part here is that you learn to understand where are your limits. What can you handle? Yes, that is the most important part of this question. Know what your limits are, what you can handle now, and do them well. Do them extremely well. Do not compromise. Do not half do. Even if you are a mentor right now, mentoring, guiding, teaching other people, whatever your role is, make sure you don't half do. Choose less people to look after if you have other responsibilities. Do not let your family suffer because of your role. Your parenting role, your role to earn income for your family, or whatever that duty which has been assigned to you and you are responsible for, it is very important that you do well in that. And only then you take on this other role where you can expand your range and help other people. Until then, you are not fit. Why? Because how well you done this role, this prior role, is the indicator of how well you done this other role which life will equip you to do. Because if you neglect this one, in order to do, let's say, mentoring and teaching other people, and you're excelling in that, but the other is suffering, then that is the energy your students will pick up on. So I highly recommend, even if you're already doing this or you would like to do this, make sure that this responsibility and fulfillment of your role is extremely well balanced. Have a chat to your family. Find out if they're okay with you doing what you would love to do. And if they say, you know what, we are at school, we are at work, while you doing whatever you're doing, and we're okay with that, but as soon as we arrive at home and we want your time, then be aware of it. Be aware that they will want your time. Or if, let's say, your child is sick, you know that when your child is sick, you are not supposed to just shove them to the side and then go and help all these other people. The energy and how you do things will impact your students. So make sure that you don't fall into that pitfall of not having a healthy balance in this area. Now, to sum up, I have only one thing to say to you today. I know the desire to want to be a blessing, but I also understood that while my longing to be a blessing to others and to continue on with this mentoring I am doing cannot be the expense of all the other things entrusted to me. And it cannot be the expense of me. I still need to have a healthy balance of looking after myself, not just looking after my responsibilities, but looking after my own needs, looking after my own interests, and making sure that I am happy, I am at peace, I am at well balanced, because only then I can radiate that beautiful consciousness to my people who I help, who I bless, my family, my friends. And with that, I'm not only able to help them, but I'm also able to join them with their happiness, with their fun, and not dragging anyone down. So make sure that if you're taking the path of being a spiritual teacher, or a mentor, or counseling someone, or a helper, or maybe you're taking care of people, maybe you are a caregiver, that you look after yourself as much as you would like to look after other people. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye for now.